Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, October 26th. We are looking at window traders and market profile of the ES and the NQ. So first off, I will not be here tomorrow. There'll be no videos tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. So keep that in mind. Amazon earnings just came out. Looked like they were up $4 or $5. Amazon, as you can see, the market jerking around a bit here. You have PCE out tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. And then again, next week you have a lot. You have the end of the month on Tuesday, Fed Wednesday, Apple Thursday night, and non-farm payroll on Friday. The sellers, the bears, I like to use bears and bulls. The bears are certainly in control. We're down on every time frame. I'll go over all these charts quickly tonight. We're down on all the time frames except IWM in the monthly, and they barely took out yesterday's high to kind of come back into balance on the daily. Boy, did they come close to that 18-month balance low, and we'll look at that. Two things now that the bears have failed to do in ES. Yesterday they attempted to hold 3 sets of single prints, failed on all 3, and today we failed to hold a trend day. Another thing that was interesting, we had our POC at 76 and a quarter, our volume POC around 78, 79. We came off 30 handles to the day's low. Never lowered them. And we went back to them. Now we only ended 7 wide and everything. But again, those are little things not to discount. All right? Is the selling getting a little stretched out? Is it getting a little tired? It all remains to be seen. Nothing changes unless we take out a daily high, I can tell you that. One thing to be very, very cognizant of for tomorrow in ES, we only have the day's high and low from today and basically yesterday, except for the afternoon rally high in G. So we talk about price vacuums a lot. So any kind of real short covered rally, and you can rip apart a lot of shorts because there's nothing in this range or yesterday's range to stop them from going higher, really. Now, again, I'm not going to ignore, oh no, this wasn't 8 wide, this was 6 wide, this was the N and O period. So keep that in mind. On the flip side, if they take out today's low, well, guess what? Nothing's changed, and we're going even lower. Now, the volume was decent today, but again, not the kind of volume you want to see when we're down 1%. Or whatever we were down. We were down over 1%. I mean, we're at 109 million. So it's definitely going to be better than yesterday's. And we might actually crack the top 10. We have to do over 115 million to get there. But I'm talking about volume of 130, 140, 150 million you want to see if this market's really, getting hit. Right? Not happening just yet. Had a good day. I think we kept a lot of people out of trouble early. One thing I tried to explain to the room, when the market's making new lows constantly, B, C, D, E, F, there's no reason to try to pick lows. There just isn't. Now, if people have reasons for longs and they're using different things, I have no problem. But my room is for educating, and I'm telling them, look, right now the more accommodating trade is what? A short. Until you take out a time frame high, a short is being paid. So that's, and I went over this whole thing in the room, and that's why I think this room is tops above a lot of others. We're trading and educating at the same time. Instead of trying to pick the bottoms, which people do, right? And they're getting hurt. B, C, D, E, F, they got killed. Look what happened when I finally took out H's high. Right? Or I told the room you could have used J. You could have used, we didn't know, one of the big things I wasn't sure about was, is POC going to stay up here or get lowered here? So if you long J's low and say, okay, I'm going to use G's high as my out, because maybe if we start building the POC down here, we're not going to go much higher. We might even hold single prints. Or maybe it's just an afternoon rally high. But look at that risk reward. I told them, if you bought 65 or 65.50 and use G's high as your out, that's a 2-point risk. Look what it did. It went straight up to 91 and a quarter. That's a lot better MGI for the long than trying to pick lows at each time frame low. Anyway, Now, I did take a long there at 65.50 to go fill the singles. You know me, I don't hold them long enough. But I got what I wanted out of it when we filled the single prints. Because at that point, I wasn't sure if that's all they wanted to do. And we were going to have an afternoon rally high. Now, my first trade of the day, believe it or not, was a long at NQ, a couple of them, because we got the overnight high. I took the long to go fill the gap, which worked out really nice. And then a couple of times when it got back to the opening, I did it because we had got the overnight high and filled the gap. After I did it 2 or 3 times, I told the room, I'm not doing it again if we get below the opening. Well, guess what? We got below the opening. Okay? That was the only trade I took in NQ today. Everything else was ES. I started shorting ES in B period against a possible highest accepted price that I thought we might have. I took a short in C period against the IB, hold on one second, against the IB high, thinking we wouldn't get it right away. I took a long in D period because I'm like, well, maybe we didn't go trend, we're not getting distance, so I faded it. I did it one time. I told the room, I said, I'm not doing that again, especially since we got, the overnight low. Okay, once we get that, I'm not going to sit there and keep fading it. And then after that, I started looking for shorts when we went trend. I shorted F. I shorted G. I shorted I. I did all those shorts as we were trending down with the single prints and one-time framing. And then once I took out H's high, I got long in J. Actually, it was I period. I got long in I period to go fill those singles. So I didn't do anything after that. I told the room when we got up here in J, I'm like, well, now we have to see, are we going back to where POC is and volume POC after not lowering them? I said, if that's the case, I'm really neutral here. Really neutral. And that's what we did. Now, we grinded higher. It might have been worth a short against, say, the opening, but we didn't even get that close to the opening. So I just watched it. I did nothing. I'm not here tomorrow. I had a good day, good week. I wasn't going to do anything to jeopardize that before I go away for 3 days. You know what I mean? Anyway, as far as our destinations, so only the days high and low in SPY, 417.33, 411.60. In ES, it's 46.25 is the low, and the high is 0.5. Now, let's go to these charts and check out what's happening. Okay? So, look at NQ. Man, oh man. 18 months. The low of this triple bottom is 162.50. You know what we got down today? 163.20. Balance rules. I told you you're going to get a lot of swing traders long in here, and even a lot of shorter term traders long in here. Now, the shorter term traders will only use basically 162 as their out. Okay, they're not going to stay in this thing, say, below 162. But the big swing traders, they're not going to risk only $2. Like I said, they might risk $8 to $10 to try to get the $30 to the top of this balance. So for now, still balance on the monthly in the IWM. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind. The volume this month's pretty heavy. Right? We had an inside month 3 months ago, 561. Last month was 532. Now look at this month with 3 days to go, 743 million. So a lot of selling going on. This better hold. It'll be interesting if it doesn't. So pure balance on the monthly, testing a huge balance low. Weekly, definitely down, right? The weekly is down. And the daily barely took out yesterday's high. You want to call it balance? You certainly can, because we did officially take out yesterday's high. So I would call it a 2-day balance right now. If you come out of it to the downside, you're back down to down. If you come out of it to the upside, you can call it up. So the monthly and daily are balanced. The weekly is down. Triple Qs down on the monthly, right? Their next big destination is down to 315 if this thing keeps going. The weekly down, and there Here's this upper balance, just like SPY and ES where we had those upper balances. Well, you pretty much have the same thing here now. They're getting below this upper balance. Down on the weekly and the daily, certainly down. Are they going to finally test their 200-day moving average? They have not seen the 200-day moving average since March 13th. That's the last time they traded below it. So both ES and obviously RIDE are below it. So we're down in all three time frames. Are we going to go test the 200-day moving average? And then for us in ES and SPY, the monthly is down, clearly. We took out June's low now. So next is April, May's double bottom of around the 404 level. Will we get there? We'll see. But we're down on the monthly, firmly down on the weekly, and we're into this lower balance area. We're not even in this area again, right? The no man's land, the $9 no man's land. Boy, how things changed since last Tuesday. And the daily also down 2 days in a row now, closing below the 200. 113 million on the tape already, so good chance we will get into the top 10 volume. Good luck trading tomorrow, right? Use NGI to guide you tomorrow. There is no doubt this market is very short, but that doesn't mean it can't keep going down. Just like when people think the market can't go up anymore and they get grinded to death. Please keep in mind, wait for something to turn. Wait. If we take out today's high, something turn. But until that happens, please be careful looking to pick bottoms. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your night, enjoy your weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.